Back in Studio A this morning with my guest, as I mentioned, from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Jamie Church is here this morning to join me, as she does every month. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Glad to have you. And, of course, you brought a special guest with you, which we'll get to in just a moment.
Okay?
Maybe familiar to our viewers, and maybe even you. You may have met before.
Yeah.
But lots of things going on at the Chamber, and we want to let folks know about the big event tickets are now available for.
That's right.
The Professional Women's Summit,
That's right. They went on sale on August 1st, and they've been selling quite well. And so the Women's Summit isn't until November, but the tickets do sell out fairly quickly. So if you're interested in attending, make sure you get your tickets. And very excited about our lineup of speakers this year. And just so people know, there is a networking event the evening before. That's what the Speed Networking VIP reception is on November 5th.
Right.
And that is included with your ticket for the Women's Summit. But if you can't attend the Women's Summit and you just want to attend the Speed Networking VIP reception, you can buy tickets for that. And
okay.
It's on the graphic if you're looking at it. They're $50 a piece, and that's becoming a really fun event as well.
Nice.
So this is just so exciting to see how this event continues to grow. The speakers we're having speakers from across the country reach out to us saying, we've heard about your Women's Summit. I'd like to submit my proposal or my resume to speak.
Nice.
And that really is, for us, very exciting.
Sure.
Consider we started out years ago in 2019 with 75 attendees. It's really neat to see how it's grown. So
right.
Very exciting.
Very cool. And again, you say tickets will sell out, and they will.
Yes.
So
right.
if folks are thinking about it, again, the dates are coming up. It is November 6th.
Right.
The full day Women's Summit, but it's also with that VIP reception on the 5th.
Right.
And one ticket would cover both those
Yes, that's correct.
events.
And we are still accepting sponsorships, so you can sponsor a table, but we're only accepting those through the end of August because we need to know how many just sort of general admission tickets we will have available. And again, just to let the listeners know and everybody, we also scholarship in 50 students to this event every year. So high school and San Juan College students they're able to attend for free.
Nice.
And so we, like I said, last year we have 50, so we do hold back about 50 spots for students to attend. So that's another thing that's also going on. But if you're interested in sponsoring a table, you need to let me know quickly, and then don't wait to get your tickets.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
And that is our new logo.
There it is.
Georgette Allen, who's one of our committee members, that is our official logo now. So
Nice.
that will now be going out on everything.
Okay.
And our theme for this year, which I just noticed is not on the flyer, and I need to put it on there, is navigating leadership with purpose, power, and presence. So it's all about your leadership style. How do you navigate that leadership role? And so I just realized it's not on there. So I will add that. But that is our theme for this year.
Well, there you go. Okay. Very cool. And so is that silhouette, is that you?
No, that's. I wish the power pose.
I think it is.
No,
the one with the cape. That's
the
you.
one.
That one's you.
The super.
That one's you.
Wonder
Okay,
Woman.
I
So,
gotcha.
yeah,
Radio
we are
audience,
excited.
you're missing out if you're not
you're
watching
missing
on
out.
video to see what we're talking about.
But I will get the theme added.
Okay,
So.
sounds good. And there's a business after hours that's
Yes,
coming up
there
too
is.
this month. We
That's
want to talk
right.
about that briefly,
So
right?
Hutton Broadcasting, they are hosting our business after hours, and it will be at their location and down on Commercial, kind of downtown. And so you walk in, and then it's going to be right upstairs. They're going to have food and drinks, and I guess they're giving away a trip to Cabo, I saw. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I know. I wish I could enter, but I can't. So
Not just listening to a trip on the radio; it's actual trip to Cabo. You think?
I guess that's what the flyer says.
Okay.
I don't want to.
All right.
But so
Nice.
anyway,
And the
we're
date of that
excited.
is going to be.
That is the 14th, I believe.
Okay, August 14th,
So
so
yes,
coming up.
that's correct. I want to make sure I get all my dates right.
Got you. And I know the thing is it's upstairs in their
Yes,
offices, their
yes.
radio studios there.
Yes.
For longtime residents, it's the radio building upstairs. It's
Right.
also right across from the old Wells Fargo building
That's
downtown.
correct.
There's
Yes.
parking
Right.
underneath still.
Yes.
The folks who need a place to park, so
Yeah.
all that between Main
Parking
and Broadway.
is going to be great. It's just make sure you know it is upstairs and there is not elevator access in that building, so
Right.
keep it in mind. It's almost like a little speakeasy, like you need to know the password to get in or something like that. But anyway, it's going to be great. We appreciate everybody who continues to sponsor and host these business after hours. And we are booked for the rest of the year, and we're already booking for next year. So I already have 3 months that are actually already booked for next year as
Okay.
well. So
there you go. Exciting.
Busy time around
Very Very
Chamber
cool.
of Commerce.
Well, very good. Well, and now we have to introduce the guest that you brought
Yes.
with you this morning, because our other focus today is the San Juan County Fair,
Correct.
which is already underway this week, which
Right.
we're very excited about at McGee Park. And so the treasurer of the San Juan County Fair Board, I don't know if you two have met, Darrin Church is here this morning. Good morning. Who, of course,
morning,
is
Scott.
the husband of
Yes.
Jamie Church.
Yes.
So
That's right.
good to
We
have
met
you.
a long time ago in
Long
high school.
time ago.
That's a story
Yeah.
for another time.
I like that story, yes.
Yes.
But it's great to have you both here this morning
Thank
to talk about the fair and one of our favorite events. Again, just got started yesterday, did it not?
So we opened to the public on Monday, and we'll be open till Saturday evening, the 16th. Today we've got a rabbit show. We have the poultry show. So the livestock shows have started.
Nice.
And we'll continue with those throughout the week. The carnival will come tomorrow. So carnival shows up. They'll open Wednesday evening. They're going to do pay one price, so you can buy a bracelet and pay. I think it's $30, and you can ride unlimited rides. I think for the whole night.
Okay.
So yeah, they're going to do some really good things for us this year.
Yeah.
As far as trying to make it access for everybody.
Nice.
And
And the theme for the fair is Your Ticket to Family Fun,
Your
if I'm
Ticket
reading the
to Fam-
poster correctly.
That is correct. Your Ticket to Family Fun. Each year we have a competition. People submit a theme, and the winner gets $100. So if you think you have a good theme for the 2026 fair, you can enter that during the fair this year.
Okay.
At the Fair Board office.
Very exciting. And so all the displays are up, and the FFA kids have gotten everything ready to go, and
Yeah.
all their animals are sparkling and ready to
Yeah,
show off.
they,
right?
those 4-H and FFA kids,
Yes.
the amount of time and energy they spend and money
Yes.
getting those animals ready for the show is just it's very impressive. They've spent a lot of time with these animals by now. You got to have a steer that is going to behave itself in the show ring, and in order to do that, you have to spend time with it and walk it around and become comfortable,
Right.
with it, and the steer comfortable with you. So, it's pretty impressive how much work goes into that.
Definitely, and a big deal for them and their families, and great for other folks to be able to go and see all the work that they put into these animals throughout the year and then some, right, to be able to display it at the fair.
Exactly, and the schedule, if you want to see when all the shows are, the schedule is on it's San Juan County Fair NM.net.
Okay.
Make sure you do the NM, because there are
It could
several
be in
San Juan
Washington
County
State
fairs
or something else
around
yeah,
the country,
true.
and the Washington State Fair is almost always the same as the San Juan County Fair in Washington State. So
Interesting.
We get people showing up looking for the country act that's performing at their
fair, and probably vice versa.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think that's fair,
yeah,
but still.
So we added the NM,
Good.
San Juan County Fair, NM.net.
very
So
good.
yes, and then tomorrow night is our swine show. That's at 6 p.m. It's a little bit better for those pigs to do something later in the day when it's a
Sure.
little bit cooler. And that is a fun show. If you've never seen a swine show, that one's pretty entertaining. So I would.
They can be a little unpredictable.
They can be very unpredictable.
Is what I would say,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So-
they really can, and those kids have to follow them around, and there's a lot of adults in the ring to help them out
Right.
and keep everything safe in there. But
Nice.
definitely a fun one to go watch on Wednesday night, and then after that, go to the carnival, ride some rides,
Yeah.
eat some fair food.
Yeah.
We'll have lots of fair food. All the food trucks will be out there again this year that we had last year, plus all the food in the carnival. So there's a lot of bad
Variety.
food for you.
A lot of deep fried everything, it
Yes,
seems like.
deep
But
fried
that's what the
Oreos,
fair is
deep
all
fried-
about. So,
Exactly.
and a lot of other choices too, we should say as
There
well.
are. Oh yeah, no. There's.
Yeah.
We try to really have a lot of different options for the food out there.
Sure, very true. And of course, the San Juan County Fair, I think we have to note, is still dubbed the largest county fair in New Mexico,
Yes,
right?
it is. By quite a bit. There are some counties. There's a tri-county fair down
Right.
south, but it's 3 counties. But for a single county fair, ours is the biggest, and our livestock sale is always huge. Over $750,000 last year in the
Right.
livestock sale. So
Now,
very
that's a big
successful.
event too, and that's Saturday, right?
That's Saturday. There's a lunch from 11:30 to about 1 o'clock, and the livestock sale kicks off right at 1 o'clock. So if you're interested, if you're a business out there and you're interested in being a buyer, you can show up for the luncheon at 11:30. We'll give you all the information that you need, and then you can go in and bid on animals. Just make sure you know what you're doing and sit real still if you don't want to buy an animal, 'cause you might end up with
Right.
an animal you didn't want.
Gotcha. True.
So we sell the steers by the pound and the animals by the price
the
of
animal, I guess, right?
So
Okay.
you do have to keep track if it's a steer that
Your bid is per
you're
pound.
not
Is
paying,
that what you're bidding
You're not
on?
paying $10. You're paying $10 times 1,200. So
Yeah.
So those steers can go pretty.
Right.
You got to pay attention.
That's
all
true. There you go. Like any auction, I think you got to
Exactly.
pay attention, or you could go home
Exactly.
with who knows what. So there you go. But that's a big deal again for those kids who have been, taking care of that livestock and those steers and what have you, and it raises big bucks for those kids that pays for college sometimes.
It really
or
does. And
Other
I
things,
think,
right?
Yeah, most of those kids, they use some of that money to get started for the next year.
Yeah.
But they put it away for their college fund. And
Nice.
a lot of these 4-H and FFA exhibitors have paid for their college by showing animals at the fair.
Right.
So it's a great thing. It's really great. And boy, the community comes out and supports every year. They're just so generous and helpful to these kids. So we appreciate all the buyers that come out, and I know the kids appreciate it.
No kidding. Very true. And I know there have been some records that have been set, I think, at the sale over the years with prices and money raised and things like that. And that just shows how generous the buyers are in the community, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've had some really big numbers for some of the grand champions over the years, and it's been fun to watch, and it's fun to be part of that livestock sale.
That's wonderful.
And watch it.
Very cool. One of the other unique things about the San Juan County Fair is the entertainment, because it's not a separate ticket. If you get admission into the fair, you can hang out and go to these great concerts that you offer too during the fair.
Yeah,
right?
so Friday night we have Walker Montgomery. Walker's dad is John Michael Montgomery, and so people might remember that name. Walker has a huge following on TikTok, and so I would imagine we'll get a younger crowd for that concert. He's got some great singles out. It's going to be a really great show. So he's coming in on Friday night, and then Saturday night we have Mark Chestnut. I think Mark has somewhere around 20 top 10 hits over his career, 4 platinum albums. He's just had a great career. He was supposed to come last year. He had some health issues and had to cancel, but he promised us he'd come back and not raise his price and do it for the price that he said he would do last year. So he's coming Saturday night. His whole band is flying and we're picking him up at the airport. And it's going to be, I think there's 7 of them coming in. So it's going to be a great show. Yeah. And he always puts on a good show.
Nice. And again, your concert admission is free with your admission to the fair.
Yeah,
so.
$10 for adults, $5 for kids and seniors.
What Mark Chestnut concert can you get in for $10?
So once you're in, you can go.
Right.
It's in the open air pavilion. You can go. You get there early if you want a good seat, because people get there early and camp.
Right, sure.
To get a good seat, but get there early and get a spot. But you can just go and hang out and listen to the concert after you've paid for your fair admission.
There you go. Very cool. And Jamie Church, from the Chamber's perspective, the county fair is a big deal for the community. Again, one of those great community events that businesses support and individuals support and things like that, right?
Well, I like to go out at least a couple days and walk through the commercial building.
Sure.
And I like to see all of our businesses that are there having booths. And, it's a commitment. You have to be there for the entire time of the fair, from the time it opens in the morning until those buildings close at night.
Right.
But it is great to see how many of our chamber members are there, and how many of our chamber members actually then are buyers at the livestock sale as well.
Right.
So, when you talk about really positive community events, we just finished one with Connie Mack.
Right.
And now we have the San Juan County Fair. And these are just some of these things that I feel like in our community and the size of a community that we have, that we bring in some really amazing activities. And you were talking about the musical acts and just things for families to do, and the county fair is definitely right up there. So being married to somebody who's on the board, and Darrin's been on the board now for 27 years, I think, pretty close, 26 years.
Yeah. Wow.
I know how much time the board of directors puts in for this fair. They meet all year. So it's kind of like the Women's Summit in a way, where just because the Women's Summit happens on November 6th, our committee starts meeting early in the year, and we meet every month. And I know they do the same thing. So those board of directors are really committed to the fair and to the kids, and just a great event. So, and I know they have all sorts of ways that people can go to get into the fair for a reduced price. Every night has sort of its own thing. You can bring canned food, or if you're in scout uniform, things like that. But just a great family event. And so, I I love it. Love the fair.
There you go.
It's great.
See, that's true. And Darrin's not elbowing you at all.
No,
while
he's
you're saying
not.
that.
He's
You-
not.
You
Like I
genuinely
said.
love the fair.
Like
That's
I said,
true.
he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And, just to see the same people too that turn out every year. You
Sure.
get to see people you don't see almost all year, and then you reconnect there at the fair. So, and McGee Park does a great job with the grounds out there, making sure that they're maintained. All the barns for the animals.
Right.
Everything is clean. Everything is. They just do a really great job too. So
Yeah, our partnership with the county is
Right.
wonderful.
It's a
And
great facility.
We appreciate all the hard work and all the county employees that help us put the fair on. We obviously could not do it without them. So.
Right. Well, and you couldn't be the largest single county fair in the state without the facilities
And
to
with the
host it.
facilities, tremendous. Yeah.
So-
There's a new rabbit poultry barn, so go
Nice.
out and take a look at that one.
There you go. Very true. And when you think about how many people are involved with the fair, from the displays and the booths, as Jamie was mentioning, with the businesses, the FFA and 4-H kids that are showing off their animals, the other volunteers that are working at the different booths and buildings and everything. I mean, it's a small army of
Oh,
folks.
it is. Yeah, yeah. And on Friday and Saturday night, there's 10 to 15,000 people on the grounds at any one time. So
Right.
it's a big event.
Exactly. And that's why I think these business owners will put a booth there and have someone sitting in that booth all day for a good week or so to get that interaction with the community,
The
because
exposure,
it's
yeah,
it's
exactly.
a all ages event. It's a family friendly event, and lots of different types of folks are coming out to the fair each day and each night. So it's a great opportunity for those businesses too.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you know this, Scott, but you could enter some of your Legos in
What?
the. Yes.
Now you're telling me?
I know,
I'm
you
sure I
could
missed
do
the
it.
deadline.
You did. But
Oh,
next year, I don't know if you know that, but you
I
can
don't
enter
think I
in
knew
the
that.
senior.
Is there a Lego
crafts.
barn at the fair?
There's a senior hobbies.
Oh, senior
hobbies.
hobbies.
And so,
Okay.
yep, we're going to have a lot of diamond dot
I don't know if I
paintings
like that
this year.
term, but okay.
Yeah, well,
okay.
well, as opposed to junior hobbies.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Junior,
see.
senior.
Not mature hobbies or
Yes.
something. Okay, got it.
So
Yeah.
next year, as you're doing your Legos, get
I
ready so
see.
you can enter them.
Okay.
But I did
That's
bring
cool.
that up because there's photography.
That's
there's
right.
the quilt show.
Yes. The
quilting's
So
huge.
the quilting is huge, and
That's
I
right.
love to go look at the quilts. But
Yeah,
also
yeah.
the photography. So you've got kids and adults that are entering things. So even if they're not doing animals, they have put a lot of work into their projects as well, and it
Yeah.
really is fun to wander through. And obviously, they've been awarded ribbons, so you can kind of see who's been awarded what. But it really is neat that people can then enter those things they've worked on all year and kind of get that recognition. So it is a traditional county fair.
That's
It's
right.
not just the animals and the music and the food. There's also arts and crafts and baking and all of those things.
Well, that was the other thing I
too.
was going to bring
Yes.
up, is the baking and
Yes.
the food and things too that people
Preserving
are very proud of,
things,
right?
yes.
For that family recipes
Yeah,
and things like that. So
It's very fun. And it's, just that traditional county fair that you think of. So,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very exciting.
And again, the board deserves a lot of credit for
Yes.
putting it all together each and every year. There's a lot of moving parts, I would think,
There
and so
are
to
a
be
lot.
able to
Yeah.
keep that going year after year and expand it and keep it going is great. So, and we're looking forward to it. So,
All right.
that's wonderful. So, thank you,
Thank you,
for
Scott.
being here and talking
course.
to you about the fair. Again, it will go all week this week until the 16th.
Correct.
And folks can find out more on the website. And again, it's San Juan County Fair
.net.
.net is
Correct.
the website.
Yep. And all the information's on there.
Okay,
Great.
very good. And I think the fair book is now online, right? It has been
Fair
for the
book
last
is online.
few
You
years.
can also
I
pick
think.
them up at the feed stores and Big R and those places, but it is online, so you can just look at it online if you're curious what you can enter.
It's like the Bible of the fair, is it,
It-
not?
it's-
it
it's
really
still-
has all
yeah.
the information.
Yep.
So.
It does,
And-
except for the schedule. The schedule's a separate piece.
Okay.
They do have a really great Facebook page too that I've noticed
Yeah.
to start gearing up. So if you follow them on Facebook, you'll see updates of what is happening on that day, what's going on, great photos. So
Exactly.
they do a really good job with their Facebook page too. So you
Exactly.
can just see, follow that, and then you'll see these updates throughout the day. So
Cool.
And there's all sorts of other
Thanks,
things that
Jamie.
are going on. You're welcome. There's all sorts of other things that are going on that we didn't even talk about. They still do the outhouse races?
They do.
Yeah.
It was last night.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, we
So
missed it.
we missed it. Darn it. Next year, Scott.
right?
We need to be prepared. So
We'll have
anyway,
an outhouse made of Legos.
yeah, an
How
outhouse
about
made of
that?
Legos,
There you
yes.
go.
But there's a lot of other things like that are going on as
Yes.
well too. So just a really fun time, and
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
You
on to
bet.
talk- or
No.
him on to talk about it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for arranging that. I don't know how you got through.
Yeah.
Darren's a hard
Yeah.
guy to
Pretty
catch.
busy,
He's
yeah.
a very busy guy.
Yeah.
But that's great. And again, for the students that are involved, we were talking this before we came on the air this morning about school starting up, but for kids that are in FFA and 4-H, they get a little bit of a pass.
They do get a little bit of a pass
during the fair, so they
care
can
of their animals because
they have their priorities set, I guess, right?
Yeah, the animals are on site the whole week, so
Yeah.
they have to come and feed them and water them and clean out their pens, and so
All those
it's a lot of
things.
work.
That's right.
But they need to be there. So
Gotcha. So those kids will be getting into school after the fair.
Correct.
So
Yep.
they're perfect.
Yep.
Very good. Well, we just have a few minutes remaining this morning, and since Darrin Church is here, I thought maybe I'd pick your brain about your new building with your other hat that you wear
Yeah.
at Citizens Trust and Investment Company and Citizens Bank, of course. A lot of folks have been commenting on the demolition of the old Citizens Bank, which came down pretty fast. We were talking about that too. This crew is amazing, huh?
It definitely put a dent in our productivity while we were watching that building come down.
Well, sure, yeah.
But because it's just been fascinating to watch that building come down. But
Yeah.
a little bittersweet.
Sure.
I spent 21 years going into that building most days of the month, and now to see it down. But boy, our new building, if you haven't been in there, it's beautiful, and just come by just to see the artwork that we have on display. We've displayed it very similar to the way a museum would, with gallery walls and lighting. So come by and look at the artwork. If you don't bank with us, come by and talk to us about banking with us. But I won't do a commercial here, but
Right.
but no, the new building is just tremendous and very efficient. And quiet. We can't hear traffic inside the building off Main Street or Broadway, which we could in the old building. We're very pleased with the new building, and soon we'll have parking. So we'll right now we don't have much parking because of the demolition, but as soon as the demolition's done, they'll build us a new parking lot, and we'll have the new parking lot, and hopefully that'll just be the next couple months.
There you go. That's the plan for that space where the old building was, which will become basically parking for the new building.
Yeah, and we'll end up with quite a few more spaces than we used to have. So.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. And so it's very exciting, and I imagine the chamber has been talking to you about an open house or ribbon cutting or something, I would assume.
We are definitely
right?
going to do a ribbon cutting. We'd like to wait until we have parking so people can
that makes sense.
park.
There you go.
And some of the landscaping
nice.
and everything. But our bank president, Danny Bayhan, will get that scheduled with Jamie, and we'll have a nice big ribbon cutting and open house. Yep.
Looking forward to that.
Very
so
exciting.
that'll be exciting too. And the other thing I just always like to point out is the conscious decision by the bank to keep it in downtown Farmington and to invest in downtown and put that new building downtown. You could have built anywhere, I'm sure, but I think that was a conscious decision to stay kind of where you are.
It definitely was. Yeah, we wanted to still be an anchor downtown, along with Four Corners Community Bank and all the other businesses that are down there. We wanted to do that. Obviously, to do our due diligence, we looked at other spots around the city, but just decided to stay where we are. And I think the city is pleased with that, and we're pleased with it too.
Very good. And again, the design, as you mentioned, it's a little more efficient, a little more maybe elbow room for the modern banking needs of today, and maybe a little bit different than the old bank, but still representing kind of what it needs to and the resources that it needs to have there for customers.
Very modern bank lobby. It doesn't look like a traditional bank lobby at all, and everything about it is just
wonderful.
It's great.
Very good. Nice. Well, congratulations
Thank
to you and the rest of the Citizens Bank and Citizens Trust family for your new home and the new addition to downtown Farmington. Can't wait to go in and check it out. And
we're excited to
enjoy
schedule
it.
the ribbon cutting.
There you go. So very good. Jamie Church, any other thoughts? Again,
No.
Women's Summit, tickets going
Women's
fast.
Summit, tickets going fast. Don't forget about the business after hours. Just, take a look at our things that are in our newsletter and follow us on Facebook. Listen to this show because thank you for having me on every month. We are continually doing our business builder workshops. I just want to remind people every single month we have a free workshop that we collaborate with the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center, which is actually in the same building I am. And there's also a lot going on with FORSED, Four Corners Economic Development. So a lot happening, and we're all in one building, so lots of collaboration, but great things are happening in our community. So I feel really positive about it.
Very true. Very true. Well, thank you for sharing
Thank
it.
you. Yeah,
when you come in to
absolutely.
talk with me every month, we really appreciate that. And thank you
Yes.
both.
Yep.
Looking forward
Thank
to the
you.
fair, and we'll see you next month, Jamie
Yes,
Church,
all
with
right.
some other exciting
Yeah,
news
more
as well.
exciting news.
So, okay,
All right,
sounds
thank
good.
you.
Thank you very much, my guest this morning from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce and the San Juan County Fair with me here on KSJE.